and I was the youngest of the three and the lowest on the depth chart. For most of my redshirt freshman season, my sophomore year as an academic student, I never got on the field except for garbage time. Late in the season, our backup center caught mononucleosis. Ty Howell, my old roommate and my best friend, took his spot. Then, the night before we were set to play Indiana at the Redskins Stadium outside Washington, D.C., our other backup guard was late to dinner, and so Paterno declared that he wasn't allowed to play in the game. "If you're 5 minutes early, you're late," Paterno liked to say. Then, early in the game, I saw our starting center go down. I yelled at Ty to get his helmet. So did one of our coaches, who was on the field with the injured player. Ty started to run out onto the field, but Paterno stopped him. "Urschel!" he yelled. "Where's Urschel? Move Wisniewski to center and put Urschel at guard." I grabbed my helmet and ran onto the field, my heart beating fast. We broke a tie in the third quarter and ran away with the game, 41-24. I played well, very well. The offensive line gave our quarterback time to throw and opened gaping holes for our running back to race through. We finished the game with 496 total yards of offense. My performance caught the coach's attention. It happened at just the right moment, as their minds were turning toward the following season. I'd earned a serious look as a potential starter. But I knew that my merit only carried me so far. I was lucky. I had been given the chance to prove myself then only because a player had come down with mono, another was late, a very rare occurrence in Paterno's world. A third player went down with an injury, and then our backup center was stopped as he ran onto the field. If any of those events had not happened the way it did, I'm not sure what my football career would have been. Maybe I would have gotten a chance to play in a meaningful game a few weeks later or the following season, or maybe not. There are a lot of people in this country who are talented and work extremely hard, and for one reason or another, they never get the chance to prove it. For a string of random reasons, I did. I knew what a small chance there was of all those events happening in sequence. But I also knew that improbable events happen frequently. There wasn't time anyway to worry about what I did and didn't deserve. As I became more serious about math, my life began to bifurcate. My academics and athletics were bound only by the discipline and competitiveness that I brought to both. My advisors stopped complaining about the courses I'd signed up for. I didn't give them any choice. I was getting A's in the classroom and improving on the field as well. Sometimes my teammates and classmates and even strangers who had heard about a mathematics major on the football team would ask me how I managed to do both. It was hard to satisfy them with the true answer. I didn't waste energy worrying about whether I was trying to do too much. I loved both math and football. That made it easier for me to prioritize them above other things. It helped that I had the right temperament. I could focus on my work so intently that I couldn't hear a person speaking to me from only a few feet away. And my unusual ability to compartmentalize came in handy. When I left practice and sat down with the math book, I stopped thinking about whether I had missed a block, or whether my hand was hurting, or anything else having to do with football. Likewise, when I got to practice, I completely forgot about whatever math problem I had been obsessing over only minutes before. When I was focused on one thing, I thought of nothing else. It was easy for me to move between football and math. I imagine it is not unlike the way a bilingual person moves between languages, or the way a person at home in two cultures can live in both. Math and football were simply two distinct parts of myself. The drive to do them both well came naturally to me. It took some good time management skills, but there was more time in the day than most people usually take advantage of. College students spend a lot of time hanging out, going to parties, doing extracurricular activities, cultivating relationships. I had two clear priorities: studying math and playing football, and everything else was secondary. That's not to say that I was a complete hermit, and my friends would make sure that I sometimes got out. Most days, though, I would wake up at 5 or 6 and read math books before heading to the training room to lift, or the field for practice, or the facility for meetings. At night, I would work until I was too exhausted to do anything but sleep. The ability to do math came much more easily than football did. I had to work much harder to keep up with my teammates on the football field than I did to keep up with my classmates in math, no matter how hard the course. In high school, I had tried to deny it and wished it were otherwise, but on some level I had always known it. In college, I accepted it. I wasn't an extraordinarily talented athlete, but I did have certain intellectual gifts that not many other students had. I could hold a problem in my head for a long time, probing and testing it, trying new techniques. I had good mathematical intuition, a kind of